where are shippers that already have a TMS, where are they leaving money or other benefits on the table today, and how can they, capture those benefits?
Well, typically the low-hanging fruit are the soft benefits, the efficiencies, the automation. That's just basically going to smooth an order or a shipment through the system and minimize the amount of hands-on touches that it requires to handle it. So the assumption would be that they've done a lot of automation. They're using a lot of automated tendering and rules to move the shipments along. And then now, as you say, they've gathered that low-hanging soft benefit, and now they want to start going after the real dollars that can be saved. In order to do that, you really have to have good visibility, not to any shipment in particular, but to the whole of your shipments and the whole of your data. So the shippers that we're talking about are shippers that not getting the visibility they expected or anticipated, not able to get the reporting or the data that they need to start really affecting the changes. So you're typically talking about a shipper that has a TMS in place, but they don't have the metrics in place, or they don't know how to interpret the metrics that they do have in order to find where the savings are. So metrics that you would want to look at if you have a TMS and you're not getting the savings that you're expecting, or you're looking to get that next level of savings, I would say you need to be looking at things like your tender times, your carrier acceptance, your average order lead time, your on-time percentage by carrier, and historical lane rates, planned budgeted cost in a lane versus actual cost in a lane. So as you start to look at these things and you have a solid data structure for capturing these metrics, you really have to then interpret them and determine what do they mean. So where does lead time cost me more money? Where does lack of lead time cost me as a shipper more money? Where is my on-time percentage costing me money, such as maybe there are chargebacks in a given lane, and this can be isolated back to the lead time on the order from when the order was originated to when it had to pick up, or maybe it can be traced back to the root cause as not having the proper carrier selection. So there's a lot of different things that you can look at as far as costing and metrics. If you have a good TMS in place, that you can start to do root cause analysis and start to determine, why am I not seeing the savings that I want, or why am I spending more than I had planned to spend in any given period, be it a quarter, a month, or even a year. So having a detailed carrier scorecard, having a very good lane history, having accurate cost data that you can go back and you can look at what a true cost of a shipment was, not just the line haul, but the line haul, the fuel, any accessorials, any chargebacks, tying that back to the original shipment and being able to do analysis on that. When you get this information and you can do a deep dive into your shipping patterns, that's when you start to be able to dig more cost savings out of a network. One of the examples I just mentioned was order lead time, and typically what we've done, we'll go back with a shipper and we'll help them do an analysis of their entire TMS. We'll do an automation analysis that shows them where they're seeing automation and where they're not, but then we'll do other analysis such as this lead time analysis. And what we've seen in doing a lead time analysis is there's a correlation between lead time and cost. So that's probably not a surprise, that, an obvious statement. The more lead time I have, the better carrier I can get. The better carrier I get, the better my on-time percentage is going to be, and hopefully the better cost. But when you can look at the data and you can actually prove that out, that's very powerful. Now, a lot of TMSs will have that information, but does the user have access to it, and does the user have the knowledge to do something with that data and to interpret it and to turn it into cost savings? So while it's obvious to say lead time and cost are connected, it might not be obvious on how to actually make that connection, how to look at the data, and how to isolate down specific lanes where that is a problem. And by isolating specific lanes or specific shipments, or it might be even a specific customer, once you have that, now you can target that for the true cost savings and start to go back to the customer and say, customer, can I get more lead time? Or maybe it's a carrier issue and you can go back to the carrier and say, look, I'm giving you ample lead time, but you're not able to get these delivered on time. So getting to that root cause is important, and having good data to get you to that root cause is very important.